Hello there. I started to record a moment ago and realized my phone was in portrait mode for the video, and that just won't work. So, as I was saying, I have about 5 decks to record videos on. 6? 5, 6? I don't know. One of them I've had a few months. The rest of them I've received or bought sometime in the last month. So, one of them that we are going to go over today, as you can see from the title of the video, is the Shadowscapes Tarot. So, this deck has been on my wish list for a long time, and I was able to get it recently. I've already forgotten how I ordered it. I think I ordered it on Amazon. Stephanie, I don't know, Law. Barbara Moore does the book. I love Barbara Moore's books. I have several decks where Barbara Moore does the book. There is a website. Let's see if it's on here. This is a Llewellyn deck. If you just search for Shadowscapes Tarot, you should be able to find the website. You can actually see every single card on there, which is amazing. If you hear dogs barking, I'm sorry, it's my neighbors. Their dogs bark all the time. Also, you may hear the wind howling. It's been a very windy day today. So, I'm excited that I have this deck. It's like high fantasy art, which is definitely one of my things. I do want to trim the borders off though, and I've never done that before, so that should be fun. I've been watching a channel called Boho Tarot. She does a lot of deck modifications, and she has done some deck trimming that I feel like I could do it. I'm still scared to. So, as you can see, nice box, magnetic closure, nice big book. As I said, I love big books like this. Full size images of the cards, not in color, but full size. Majors, minors, of course. Each card has, like, so you have the image, you have the title of it, you have some information, meaning. I mean, there's so much to each card in this book. It's pretty amazing. You definitely would want to read through the book. There's also a little bit of an introduction from Barbara Moore. A little bit of an artist note from Stephanie. Barbara Moore has just some basic tarot info, like what do aces mean and pages mean, and past, present, future spread, basic reading information, you know, just some basics. And then the rest of this book is all the cards, which is amazing. Now, I love nice decks like this. That was my neighbor coughing. Now she's leaving her apartment. Okay. I love nice boxes like this. I hate tuck boxes because they don't hold up. My biggest problem with boxes like this, though, is I'm actually less likely to reach for the deck. Okay, the dog. And then my neighbor yelling at the dog. Still yelling at the dog. They both yell at the dogs frequently when they're barking. It never works. But they continue to do so. So yeah. Anyway, I feel like with a box like this, it's like a little, this is gonna sound weird, but it's like a little more of a hassle to get my deck out. You know what I mean? Like, let me grab one of my others. Hang on. My Neon Moon Tarot. I have done a video on this deck. Just check my deck review videos. There's a playlist of them. It now has a 10-box version, which is amazing. So if I want to use this deck, literally all I do, look, I'm at the deck. I just take the lid off. Like, there we go. Whereas these are generally farther back on my shelf because they're the larger boxes. You know, other smaller boxes can sit in front of them. And then to get to the deck, I have to like, I don't know. I like it, but I don't like it, and I'm torn. So there's that. Now, let's get to the actual deck. This deck is amazing. So beautiful. I'm gonna try to keep the cards a little more to this side because I've got a glare over here from my light. The backs are gorgeous. If you like to work with reversals, definitely reversible back. A little shiny, but not bad at all. Llewellyn cardstock. I wish the cards were actually a little bigger. They're fairly small, maybe just like a normal size, but I feel like there's so much detail in these that I could use it being bigger. And I definitely want to remove the borders. For one thing, if you pay attention, the borders are not symmetrical. Like the border on this side is thinner than the border on this side. That bothers me. Now, I do like to keep the titles though, so I would just trim those 3 sides off and then re-round the corners. But I don't know if I'm gonna work myself up to doing that, but we'll see. So, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit here. Give me just a moment. Let's get these in the right place for you. I apologize. This is the first time I'm using this particular setup. Alright, that should be good. So, we're just going to flip through the cards. And I'll give you a little bit of my thoughts. You know, if you care. So, the Fool. This looks to me like a fox at her feet. There's birds around her. The Magician. I love this Magician. Has wings, a feather, a lamp, some greenery, like all of the elements here. I forget what is... Did they rename any of the suits? I can't remember. Let me check real quick. A minor... No, they're wands, cups, swords, and pentacles. So, I'm guessing this second one is somehow a representation of pentacles. I'll have to see what they look like. But so we've got fire, air, and earth there. And I assume this is... Wait, that would be water then, wouldn't it? Hang on. I can't think. Yeah, that's a shell. Okay, so we've got fire, water, air, and earth represented with him in different ways. It's not your traditional, like, here's a chalice, and here's a sword, and here's a wand. So, anyway, I like it. High Priestess. Love it. Love the owl. That is a pomegranate, I believe. Yes, see, it's smaller if you get closer to me. Pomegranate in her hand, which always makes me think of Persephone. Empress. I love this like circle of butterflies happening here. And like coming out of her basket. Absolutely love it. I also love that it's not a pregnant empress because that's not generally my thing. Emperor. Absolutely lovely. The Hierophant. I love that it's a tree. A treant. It doesn't feel so popey. The Lovers, gorgeous. The Chariot. Okay, we have all the water symbology and Cancer, because Cancer is associated with the Chariot. So we have a crab here and all this water symbology. Is there any Gemini in the Lovers? Maybe. I might be missing it, but the Lovers is associated with Gemini. Anyway, I think it's interesting though that the crab is here to symbolize Cancer. Strength. Woman with a lion, but then we also have some cats. We've got some birds. I love so much about these. So much. I'm gonna stop talking so much. I take that back. I'm not gonna stop talking. The Hermit. Love it. Wheel of Fortune. Round and round it goes. Justice. We have some more butterflies in this one. The Hanged Man. We have an Ankh up here as well. There's some like tree spirits within the tree. Death. I love that it is a phoenix. I have seen phoenixes used in other decks for judgment. And I can kind of get that, but to me, phoenix is death. Because death, to me, is more about transformation and rebirth than actual death. I mean, an actual death may occur for the transformation and rebirth to happen. But to me, that's not what the death card is about. It's about this rebirth. And to me, the phoenix symbolizes it perfectly. I actually intend on getting a phoenix tattoo right here on my arm. Temperance. Love it. The Devil. See the person kind of caged in this little area. You can see other people have kind of, it almost looks like they've become stone, like statues as a part of it. And you can see his lock here that's chaining him, but the key is literally right here. Just literally right here. So, the Tower. Love it. Absolutely love it. Makes me think of some elven city. The Star. Love. The Moon. Love. Do I really need to say I love every card? Because let's just be real. I love every card. I love this fantasy. I love her artwork and this like high fantasy happening. The Sun. Judgment. I actually like the angel being Judgment. The angel with the trumpet, the sort of typical religious symbolism there. Doesn't bother me at all. I don't like the religious symbolism in the Hierophant where it looks very Pope-like. But I don't mind it in Judgment at all. Because I think it symbolizes the same thing for all of us. Whether it's an angel or what. So I'm good with this. The World. Love it. Makes me think of a Mother Earth figure. Apologize if I'm sniffling. My allergies. I do not have the coronavirus, as far as I know. But my allergies are awful. So, in the wand suit, you will notice a theme of animals. So in the Ace of Wands, we have this family of foxes, and I adore foxes. The Two of Wands, we have this sort of lion unicorn thing and some cats. The Three of Wands, we have a cat here again. The Four of Wands, we have these unicorn type creatures. And some like fairies, or they kind of make me think of sylphs actually. The Five of Wands, we're back to foxes. The Six of Wands. There's an animal kind of in the stone here. Seven of Wands is a family of foxes. And looks like the mother's fighting off a badger. The Eight of Wands, again with the foxes. The Nine of Wands, love it. Ten of Wands. So the Nine of Wands a lot of times has to do with anxiety. And if you notice, it kind of looks like we're about to go into battle here. And the Ten of Wands, I was thinking Nine of Swords, sorry. And then the Ten of Wands is a lot of times being overburdened. So if you notice, this sort of nature spirit here is carrying this city on her back. And we have our Page of Wands with a family of foxes, our Knight of Wands with this creature and some foxes, the Queen of Wands playing a harp, more foxes, and the King of Wands. So that's our wands. I'm going to move these out of the way. Cups. Cups obviously have fish in them. Ace. We have our Two of Cups. Still have the fishes. Little fishes. Love it. Three of Cups. Some mermaids. Oops. Four of Cups. This mermaid is resting. She kind of makes me think a little bit of Ariel. Like she's looking in this pool of water, like a little bored, a little apathetic, that sort of thing. Wants to go somewhere else, maybe. Five of Cups. Six of Cups. The Seven of Cups. Looks like we've got like a map going on, and then this one's totally distracted. So, because Seven of Cups can be distractions. Eight of Cups. Again, a mermaid. Nine of Cups. And the Ten of Cups. A mer family in a school of fish. Page of Cups is a beautiful mermaid. The Knight of Cups looks to be a human riding on a unicorn. The Queen of Cups standing on the water surface. The King of Cups makes me think of like a Poseidon figure. And then last we have, not last, we still have two suits left. Swords is my favorite suit. Even though it gets bad rap and gets portrayed rather negatively. So here we have the Ace of Swords, and we have geese? Swans? I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go with swans. Two of Swords. The Three of Swords. Poor thing is stabbed. Four of Swords, resting. Five of Swords. Six of Swords. The swan is carrying her away. Or him, I'm not sure which. Them, let's say them. Seven of Swords. Looks like the crows or ravens here may be trying to steal from the swan. And he looks to be one of them. The Eight of Swords. Love the hummingbird here for a little bit of hope. Offering encouragement. You can get out of this. The Nine of Swords. It's pretty anxiety inducing to me. And the Ten of Swords. So it seems like in these sword cards, the black birds, which are probably ravens or crows, tend to represent like the negative part. Interesting. The Page of Swords. The Knight of Swords. The Queen of Swords. and the King of Swords. Alright. Last, we have Pentacles. We have some little lizard creatures here. These look like chameleons. I don't know what he is. He has a big fin on his back. So we have the Ace, the 2, almost looking gesture-like in his juggling act, the 3, 4, a dragon hoarding. I love that representation of a 4 of Pentacles. The 5. There's a little butterfly here as if to tell this person, hey, there's help over here. The 6. I love that it's not necessarily money based. You can see the pentacles, but they're nourishing a new plant down here. 7 of Pentacles. The 8. I love the spider in here working hard. The 9. Beautiful card. And the 10 of Pentacles. And then our last court cards to look at. The Page. The Knight of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles. And finally the King. So, there we have it. Let me look at the book real quick, like here. I'm gonna see. Wands, Cups, Swords. There are crows. So the 7 of Swords, if you recall, we had, I'm not sure if that's completely in frame, but we had the swan on the rock, and then the black birds, and then the man who looked to be like half bird of some sort, also with black wings and such. So what it says is he hides his face behind a mask, shrouding his true nature, and he smirks in a rather satisfied way that he has managed to steal one of the swords that the swan guardian oversees. He thinks the guardian is oblivious, but she is in fact watching him with one eye over her shoulder. She knows and recognizes his nature. The blackbirds descend upon him and sidle close. What have you got there? Shiny bauble, shiny bright, they demand, drawn to the sullen gleam of the blade that he has taken. He turns his back to them as well, for he is the cleverest blackbird to have been able to draw this sword from the stone. The 7 of Swords represents an attempt to escape responsibility. It is the thief who tries to make away with what is not his. He dishonorably tries to keep everything for himself, and is two-faced to those who attempt to approach. The result of such an outlook on the world is uncertainty. For if one is untrustworthy, then why risk having faith in others as well? Deception breeds distrust and a pessimistic viewpoint. Accurate. So, that also gives you some information on, what the book says about the cards. So, the major arcana are the ones I showed you that have like 2 pages of text about them, which is fun. But the minor arcana just have that 1. So, this, dears, the Shadowscapes Tarot. I'm good with Llewellyn's cardstock. It doesn't bother me at all. I find it easy to shuffle. I tend to overhand shuffle. I'm not the best shuffler in the world, but I have no problem with Llewellyn stock. I know some people don't like it. Perfectly fine. I'm good with it though. So, there we have it. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. Look, I can't even fit it all in frame now that I've... no, not in. Let's zoom back out. There, wait, am I there yet? I'm gonna have to stand up so I can actually see the viewfinder. There we go. Now you can see the full thing again. All right, that was the Shadowscapes Tarot. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about it if you have it. I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.